What's up, guys? Salvador here, and welcome back to the bilingual stock market channel. Let's go ahead and talk about some stocks and about what is going on as of now in the markets. And as usual, on Tuesdays, today my friend Mario is going to be joining me. What's up, bro? How are you?
Hey, what's up, Alva? Thanks for having me.
How you been? Good?
Not bad, man. How you been?
Doing pretty well. Can't complain, dude. The Bears are getting wrecked.
Yep.
So what's your message, bro, for so many people out there that that want the markets to fall down, that are waiting for a correction, that are waiting for a pullback at least? I'm not talking about retesting 3,600, but there are a lot of people out there, Mario, that feel very confused as of now. We have seen an amazing rally. The S&P 500 already recovered more than 50% of the fall from the highs. So there are a lot of people out there that are feeling confused. Like, what is going on over here? So nothing positive has happened other than having a better than expected inflation reading. We don't know for sure that we are out of the woods when it comes to inflation. The Fed is going to keep on hiking rates. So what the fuck is going on, man? Talk to your Bears.
I think as I mentioned in my video, right, the market is assuming the best case scenario, and if the Fed fell for it, they'll be making the biggest mistake they made. I mean, the same mistake which they made in 1970s, which is like they see one data of cooling and inflation because of energy. Correct. And other sectors came down as well, but food prices didn't come down. Electricity prices.
Unbelievable.
Yep. Energy prices didn't come down. So, electricity prices didn't come down. But the Fed is going, if the Fed saw this report and they were like, all right, energy is coming down, so we got to lower the interest rates. We got to at least like slow down the pace of increasing the interest rates. Then that's going to create a catastrophic effect in the long term. But I don't think they're going to do that. I hope they don't do that. I hope that they come back tomorrow and they say like 75 basis points is on the table, because jobs report is like.
Yeah, we need to put that into context. Tomorrow we have the Fed minutes, which is a document that is going to be released at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So what are you expecting from the Fed minutes?
I hope
a hawkish tone, a dovish tone, or...
I don't think it's gonna matter much, to be honest. But 75 will be good. If they go for anything lower than 75, it's gonna be a disappointment.
Yeah, the markets are pricing in a 50 basis point hike in September. That's what they are pricing in as of now. And on top of that, they are pricing in a pivot in April of next year. I mean, that's insane, at least from what I see it. But that's what the markets are thinking about. So they are pricing in as of now the best case scenario, like the very, very, very best case scenario. So what's your advice, bro, for so many bears out there that are having a rough time as of now, believing that they are doing the right thing, because we are not out of the woods quite yet. But, on the flip side, the markets just keep on going higher and higher and higher and higher every single day. So what would be your message to them?
My message is just play the trend. That's all I can say.
But is the trend? But is the trend going to change eventually, or is this going to be a straight up recovery back to all-time high?
Well, probability is still there. I'm not going to remove that off. But what I'm trying to say is play the trend until it actually shows the reversal. If you wanted to go short, today was a nice opportunity with the stops at breaking about 200 SMA. Which is at around 431. We'll take a look at it when you're looking at the technical analysis side. But keep an eye on what Fed is saying tomorrow. That's going to play a major role. Like, if you are short because of fundamentals, I understand. It's totally understandable because the economy is not doing so good from a macro point of view. There is no point in staying long. But if you are a trader, sticking to price action helps. But let's see.
Yeah, let me ask you something. So you believe that the markets are getting this wrong? We are not out of the woods yet. Inflation might have not peaked. So
absolutely.
Okay, when do you think the markets are going to get to the realization that they are wrong, that they got it wrong, that the Fed is going to keep on hiking rates, that inflation isn't going to go way lower, from the levels that we are seeing as of now. So when do you think that moment, that shock, that the markets are going to be saying like, oh man, we were wrong, so this thing is going lower? Do you have any time frame for that scenario to play out?
I don't have a time frame, but I do have a scenario. Let's say like next CPI data comes out way hotter than expected again after this dip which we had right now, and if the core side starts going higher again, oil prices starts going higher again.
Shelter prices, and something that is worth pointing out over here is that shelter prices represent a third of core CPI.
Yep.
And now we have a situation in which less houses are being sold, so we have more people needing to rent. So I think that shelter prices are going to remain sticky. That is going to be a tough one, right?
So I do believe market is kind of like assuming the worst is behind. I mean, that's fine. It's understandable theses, but if they're wrong, and if we get back the inflation which we're worried about, and if the jobs market starts to collapse like at an unprecedented rate, and the company starts to revise earnings to the downside, like even more further than which they're already doing right now, it's like, I think the worst is not here yet. I can be wrong, but I believe the worst is not here yet. And well, if the market got it wrong, I guess
you still believe that this is a bear market rally? This is not a full recovery back to all-time high, right?
I don't think it's a full recovery back to the all-time highs or whatever it is. Like even I mean, I can be wrong again. Like, but
sure, yeah, we all could be wrong. Thesis. Absolutely, yeah. But you stick to your gun. This is a bear market rally.
Yep.
Okay, there you go. Awesome. Let's go ahead and take a look at the SPY, bro. What do you get? What do you have over there?
SPY.
Let's see what could be potentially happening tomorrow. The reaction that we had today below the 200-day moving average was very clear, right? Very clear reaction. So as of now, Mario, we have unfinished business at the 200-day moving average. The Russell 2000 already burst above the 200-day moving average. It held the 200-day moving average as support. So that's a puzzle piece. It's on the table. You know that the Russell 2000 is our favorite market leading indicator. So that's a puzzle piece over there. But in the case of the S&P, SPY in this case, what are you thinking about?
All right. So
we are very overextended, needless to say, right? Like severely overextended. Okay.
I mean, it's pretty simple for me in case of SPY. 430 to 433, very important. I'll tell you why. 430 is not only a strong resistance levels where we got rejected multiple times before, and where this level acted as support multiple times in the previous zones as well. 430 in itself is an important resistance. Above 430, we got the 200 SMA, which is currently negatively sloping, and it is also sitting right at around 431.57. Above this, we have another important spot, which is the weekly 50-day moving average, which is sitting at 433. So 430 to 433 zone is very, very important. And I do expect some reaction from the price to the downside from this zone in particular. Okay. So this is what makes me to come to the theory that regardless of what Fed says tomorrow, we will have a pullback.
Okay.
So we will have a pullback regardless of what Fed says. And then the narrative shows up like Fed did this, that's why it happened. But we can already see we are already overextended to the upside.
Yeah, very.
That doesn't mean we can't go higher, but I do believe the price reacts. We touched already a 200-day moving average. There is a high probable scenario that we come back lower.
In case of a pullback, where do you think buyers might be showing up in a decisive way?
I have two levels. One is 425, which will also be the 5-day moving average tomorrow. So 425 will be the first level. Below that, I have 422.50, which is the year-to-date AVWAP. So 425 and 422.50. Below that, we got the infamous 420. So these levels are very, very important to keep an eye out for.
Yeah.
If we do get a pullback to 420.
Yes, I believe that if 420 happens to be taken out by the birds, we're going lower. That's a
Oh yeah,
critical spot.
we're easily going to go to run a test to
Correct.
417.50.
I
That
think
is
that
even more important.
420 is critical here. That's
Yep.
the first line in the sand for
Mm-hmm.
the Bulls. If
Yep.
they lose 420, we there's a very high likelihood that we are going lower. I agree on that.
Yep.
Triple Q, Mario, please. What do you have over
Q,
there in
Q,
the case of
Q.
Triple Q?
Same, like the SPY's 430, 433 zone.
Okay.
QQQ has it at 334.50.
Yeah,
Like that is
and the
pretty
Bulls
important.
managed to burst above that trend line, right? There
Oh
was
yeah, they did.
a great technical victory for the Bulls over there. Yeah, no doubt about it.
They did, but I don't. I mean, you can see the range that you're having. 334.50 is still important. To the downside, you can see how important it's 330. So either what they can do tomorrow is just like consolidate between these zone before making a push to this 200-day moving average at 341 eventually,
Yeah.
or they can just like come back down all the way to run the test to this AV VAP at 328.
Yeah, and
And if it
that's another puzzle piece that we have over there, Mario,
Mhm.
because Russell 2000 already took out the 200-day moving average. The SPY made a test of the 200-day moving average today, but the NDX is still way below its 200-day moving average. So that's
Yep.
that's a puzzle piece. I'm not implying anything here, guys. This is not a
I understand.
conspiracy a conspiracy theory. That's just something that that makes me feel curious, right? Let's just put it that way.
Yep. I
Okay.
mean, IWM is looking considerably strong compared to that of the SPY and
Yeah.
QQQ. So let's see. I mean, we're about 200 as well today in IWM.
Yep.
Maybe we can push all the way to like 204 tomorrow after FOMC minutes and
Yeah, and the
IWM.
IWM is very overextended as well. So even in the event that we keep on going higher, the indices and most stocks out there are screaming for a pullback. That is very healthy from a technical standpoint. So there you go.
I mean, it doesn't have to happen, but the levels which you got to watch out for right now in SPY is 330 to 330 to 430 to 433. That is important. And in QQQ, it's 334.50.
There you go.
Very important.
In case of a pullback, would you be expecting buyers to show up to buy the dip, or at least to try to buy the dip?
That is the most probable outcome, if you ask me, because we are in a short-term uptrend. So it's like I mean, for example, if you have days like this, there is like no way of saying like, look at this. Like if you have days like this, yeah, buyers are gonna get flushed out. Yeah, that's totally
that would be a dream come true.
For you, yeah.
That would be a dream come true for all those put holders out there. So yeah.
Yep. So it's possible. Like I mean, if you are
yeah, but you were telling me that you're expecting some sort of pullback after the minutes are released tomorrow. So what's the level in which you would be expecting the Bulls to to put out a fight here?
QQQ 328 to 326.50 zone.
Okay.
Important. I'll be keeping an eye out for that. And SPY 430.
There you go.
SPY 430 and 427.50. Those are the two levels I'm watching for tomorrow.
There you go. What are you thinking about Apple, Mario? Let's go over Apple, Bed Bath & Beyond, and Walmart quickly here.
All right.
Before we wrap it up. Okay.
Apple is very about the trend line.
Full disclosure. I own puts. I own puts. Full disclosure. Okay, so I'm not going to say a word here. Go ahead.
Yep. So Apple, it has a high probability right now for testing 176.
Okay.
Easy as it is. Like, regardless of how bad the economy is, regardless of how everything is, as long as price stays above 172.50, there is a high probability that Apple runs a test to 176 over here.
It is very overextended. So
very much so.
So it is a tough one to go down here, right? Because it is very overextended. So,
but at the end, if you think about it, the price action says 176 is in cards.
Yeah, it's a beautiful chart. I don't argue that. We have a rising 5-day moving average, a clear uptrend. Apple already took out the 200-day moving average. Yes, this is a beautiful technical chart. I am not arguing that. I just got puts because it is very overextended. That's just the truth of the matter, right?
I mean, if you look here, it was a beautiful chart too. Like we had a beautiful rally over here, almost to the all-time highs, and then like we just pummeled down.
There you go. Awesome.
Well, let's see.
Let's see what happens. I have I still have extrinsic value. So let's see what happens. Bed Bath and Beyond. This thing was insane today, Mario.
Oh my God,
Absolutely
man.
insane. They traded it into the closing bell, made like $200 in a matter of, I don't know, like 3 minutes. So I'm thinking that $18 is an important support over there. If I think that maybe the apes might have another shot tomorrow if they happen to consolidate slightly above $18. I don't know what are your thoughts about Bed Bath and Beyond.
I got a lot of questions in Discord as well, asking me like how to trade this or whatever it is. The question is,
Yeah, the best
you
trade
don't.
is not trading it.
Yeah, you don't. Just like
That's the best
because
trade that you can take on Bed Bath and Beyond. But I
yeah,
broke my own rules today, and I gave it a
I
shot,
mean,
and
no,
it
no, no.
worked out.
If
So
you manage a risk, that's fine. But a
yeah,
lot of new trade, it's about a lot of new traders. Like,
yeah.
it's not about like people who've been trading for a long time. It's like if you're new, it's just like I can understand that it can be pretty tempting to see a stock
Oh
just
yeah.
like going
Oh yeah.
absolutely crazy, and then
100%.
like
Sure.
feeling that, oh shit, I missed out. I gotta get in. I gotta get in. Like if you have that feeling,
This is
it's
like
most
the
probably
this is
the
like the
stock has been
sexy
topped.
like the sexy woman that lives next door that you shouldn't be taking a look at, but you are like, oh, but oh man, this woman is beautiful. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's a human thing, you know. I mean, I can understand the temptation, right? So
Who's your neighbor, Alva?
yeah, no. I don't know any of
All
my
right.
neighbors.
All right. All right. All right.
Okay, so if someone asks you about Bed Bath and Beyond, what would you say?
uh, for now, I mean, if you want to trade it, I mean, it's totally up to you. Watch out for $18, as I was said. It's
Correct.
important if it's on support. But if you're trading with options, the IV was
It's
when
insanely high. So
yep,
don't
when
do
I
it.
looked
Don't trade
before
options here. You're gonna be paying
ever.
very, but very expensive options. Correct.
Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
When I last saw the IV was at around 800%. So
I saw
nope.
some options. I saw some calls with the IV at 400%, bro.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. So there you go. Walmart, Mario. Let's wrap it up. In the case of
Yep.
Walmart, this company made me laugh earlier on today, bro. So they cut guidance like a month ago by 13%, and today they beat on earnings by 13%. So it was like, so what did you cut guidance for at the end of the day? So whatever. This is another stock that is very overextended. Would you short this name over here? I mean, they
Today,
posted decent earnings, no. Remember, sorry, Mario. They posted better than feared earnings because that's a new concept, right? Better than feared.
you gotta keep it like that.
You gotta love CNBC, Mario. You gotta love CNBC. So what did they do on earnings? Did you happen to have the result?
Yes, so they did beat on EPS, they did beat on revenue, because a few days back, if I remember, they just came out with the news that they're cutting their guidance, they're cutting their forecasts and
correct.
stuff like that.
Exactly.
So most of the negative news already priced in at that time, and market was already expecting like dead earnings, but they did report better than dead earnings. So as you said, that's the reason why the stock popped up to the upside.
Yeah, they also posted a decrease in operating income. The markets look the other way. It is what it is. You know, as of now, the markets are being optimistic about everything. So it is what it is. So would you go long here, or would you get puts on Walmart?
Today in Patreon, we traded this for the upside. To be honest with you, I didn't think that it's gonna go open about 200 SMA, which is currently sitting at 138.74. So my trading plan for today was it coming down to run a test to 135 to the 100 SMA, so I can take the trade there for a bounce to the 200 SMA. So, but what they did, they opened above the 200 SMA and the trade completely changed. So right now, the target was the 200 SMA. To the downside is the stops, which is around 138.70. And to the upside, we have 141.
Okay.
So that's the trade which we got. So you can clearly see what happened. They just like held the 138.70.
Yeah, to the penny. To the penny. Yeah.
Yep.
And they bounced back up.
Higher, all the way to like 141. And then they were just consolidating. So keep an eye out for this range which we had today.
We have a clear resistance and we have a clear support.
Yep.
So that could be a trade to either the upside if it happens to hold that 139, or maybe a short if it happens to fail at around what 141.50.
Yep. 141, 140. Let's say 141. Like let's just round it up. That's the area of interest.
Agreed.
We're still in between this gap, like the red zone, whatever you see. That's the gap which we opened like a few days back. You can see right over here from May 16th to May 17th, that gap down. So
Yeah.
we're still in that gap zone right now.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as price stays about the 200 SMA, watch out for 141 to the upside, and after 141, watch out for 145.
There you go. There you go. Awesome. Perfect, bro. So tell the guys about your Patreon and about your YouTube channel
Yep.
before
So
we wrap it
I
up.
do have a YouTube channel, and I post weekly updates on SPY and QQQ and the overall markets. And
Can
I
you
do
please
post about
extend
videos.
your screen, Mario?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, there you go. You don't need to be
So
minimized. There you
yep.
go. Okay. So
So
you're, yeah, tell the guy about your patrons. Sorry, about your patron, about the tiers.
so I have like Patreon as well. I have 3 tiers. So if you guys are interested, check it out. Like every morning,
Yeah, the
you'll get
links are
analysis
down
on
below
SPY
in
and
the description
QQQ.
box. Correct. And your YouTube channel. You're making sure videos. We're very concise.
Yep.
There you go. Attacking the Fed, attacking the government, the federal government. So very, very nice videos.
I
So
try.
go check them out, guys. You have the links down in the description box of the video. And thank you very much for your time, bro. So it's going to
No
be an
worries, man.
interesting week. We have options expiration on Friday. We have the minutes tomorrow. And we're going to see a pullback eventually. That's for sure. There's a pullback coming. So don't give up, my bears. Keep it up. We have a pullback coming.
Yep.
Hopefully sooner rather than later. Thanks, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy
Take
the
care,
rest of your day. Bye, guys. Take care.
You as well. Bye-bye.